Hello and welcome back, Magic to be back in another crypto video. Hope you guys are doing well, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. We're back with another late night crypto talk, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to give a nice, realistic kind of conservative price prediction for Bitcoin, and I'm going to do also the same thing with Ethereum. I'm going to do a bonus part to this video where I'm going to be talking about how you can make the most out of this bull run, ladies and gentlemen. So you want to watch the whole video through, and without further ado, let's get started with the highlighted comment. Haha, the intro was not bad. Love your energy, from We Will Win 369. Thank you very much. So guys, if you ever wondered how would I sound rapping, yeah, watch the previous video that I uploaded. Let me know in the comments below. Aside from that, thank you very much to my DeFi Insiders, the members, the YouTube members who are choosing to support my small channel. They have access to my exclusive videos on what I'm holding on the Ethereum side. If you guys want to mirror my portfolio, remember there's never financial advice. Keep that in mind. But you can do so by becoming a member. So thank you very much. Aside from that, guys, we're going to be focusing on Bitcoin. Of course, this is the main dominant coin in the market, and of course will probably be the same in the future. It's just the fact that the percentage will change, and based on the percentage is what the alt season kind of status is. Okay, and if you guys don't know what is alt season, I'm going to try to explain it today. This graph is really useful as well, but keep in mind, we have plenty of time before you need to worry about positioning myself with altcoins, holding this, holding that, which I'm going to be giving you guys a little taster of one where I'm betting on this alt season, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, because that's where the real money is going to be made, ladies and gentlemen. That's where the real millionaires are going to be made. Okay, because one thing I need you guys to understand is that yes, we all have high confidence in Bitcoin and Ethereum, but it's just not going to make any more returns, or compared to the last bull run. For example, something can do a 10x. You're not going to expect a 10x again from Bitcoin this bull run, ladies and gentlemen. That's the diminishing returns that I'm talking about. Okay, because it's just established. It's already mainstream. It's already in every single centralized exchange, right? So and it's harder. It's a very liquid as well, right? That's the thing that I talked about in other videos where I talk about liquidity. Liquidity is a double-edged sword, where it acts as, yes, it's really great because it's a cushion for the sales, right? It'll keep that price volatility low and price stability high, right? But the downside is the fact that the more liquid the token is, it will act as weight. The harder it is and the more money it will require to move that price up. Okay, that's what I'm talking about as well. Liquidity is a huge factor here and there, but right now we're not using this website. Obviously, I like to go on the month one here because it says what is an altcoin month or altcoin season here. Let's use that. It's if 75% of the top 50 coins performed better than Bitcoin over the last season, so 90 days is the season here, it is altcoin season. Okay, now here I'm assuming it will include Ethereum in this. Now, in my opinion, I don't think Ethereum is an altcoin. In my opinion, I think it's really established now where Bitcoin is the gold, Ethereum is the silver, everything else after that is an altcoin, right? It used to be called another thing, crap coin. I'm not going to say the actual word. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, we're going to be looking more into it. As I said, this is the flow chart of an alt season. Okay, this is really great for newcomers here to understand how things work. Because when you think of newcomers, retail investors, even with ETFs right now, Bitcoin ETF, Ethereum ETF, right, that's going to give them the taster into the crypto world. What is the entry points of crypto, right, of the crypto space? It's literally going to be Bitcoin number one. Everyone knows crypto, right? There's around 200 million holders of crypto, and there's around 200 million holders of altcoins as well. Okay, keep that in mind. These are two separate bubbles. Obviously, they do overlap as well, but the main entry point is Bitcoin, and you can then think of it as the money will flow down into Ethereum, and then the money will flow down and trickle into the other altcoins, right? That's how people, the adoption happens really. Okay, they're like, oh, this is Bitcoin, this is great, I want to make even more money. Oh, this is Ethereum, the network that started it all with smart contracts is stemmed off EVM compatible networks like layer 1s, layer 2s, like base chain, Arbitrum, tons of things. Pulsechain, which I'm going to be talking about at the end of the video. You want to stick around the whole way through. I'm going to be explaining how literal networks like Pulsechain can make new millionaires, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so it's really things like these. It's like a similar formula, but I do understand that it's not a strict one, because for example here in phase 4 it does say memes everywhere. Everyone is super excited and you feel like you're in mania. Technically we're seeing already memes from this year are pumping. Every single day in Solana there's like 100x to 500x happening. Okay, now I do feel like because this bull run narrative is kind of different than the other ones, right? Last bull run we kind of had I would say the DeFi, it was kind of a DeFi / meme narratives, right? We had stuff like Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, right? I guess Pepe, that was what Pepe was last year. Obviously Dogwood, that was last year as well. Bonk as well. But that was kind of the main narratives, stuff like Uniswap, staking, farms, DeFi. And then the bull run before that was, of course, Ethereum actually launching, smart contracts, ERC20s, NFTs, super exciting stuff. But what do we have here? What do we have this bull run? It's nothing innovative really. I think the narrative from off the bat is going to be just, cultures, meme coins. What do people relate to? Yes, you can argue that it's DPIN, DSI, DAI, RWAs and stuff like that. I've made videos on RWAs, go check it out. I'm going to make more videos on DPIN and stuff like that, where I'm literally long-term holding. My members who are watching this video already know most of the tokens that I'm holding about it. If anything, they know all the tokens. I'm holding them on Ethereum because, of course, guys, Ethereum, it's the land of whales. Okay, there's no cheats there. We can't argue about that. But of course, there's money to be made in other ways, which I'm going to talk about in the end of this video. Spoiler alert: in Pulsechain. Okay, I'm going to be explaining what is Pulsechain. Don't worry about that. But this is the good flowchart. You can read it. It tells you how the money flow goes in, and it tells you about the influx. How the ratio of between the rate of growth of Bitcoin, and then slowly where Ethereum starts to outgrow Bitcoin, and then slowly it goes into larger caps. Like the top 50 CMC listings, excluding stablecoins, of course. Things like Cardano, Chainlink. These have a good room for growth, back to recovering to all-time high, but do expect the diminishing returns, right? So of course, like for example, 4 years ago, Ethereum did like a 20x, let's say, or like a 20x, for example. You're not going to expect a 20x this bull run, guys. Okay, you're not. So this is why you want to look elsewhere. What is not mainstream? What is not talked about yet? What's low volume? What's what's still in the lows, what's in the depression, right? When they say buy the depression, sell the euphoria, right? Or buy low, sell high. So things like that. So watch the whole video through it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But aside from that, guys, enough talking, Khaled. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin. I have a really nice kind of I'm going to be going on the weekly chart, because I think that's good enough to represent all the previous all the previous. Let's go on this one actually. BTC /USD. Yeah, there we go. No, BTC. Oh, actually no, I might be on the wrong one here. Yeah, this is the Binance Ethereum ratio. I want to go on the BTC one. Let's go crypto. This one. I'm very new to TradingView, so that's probably why as well I am a little bit rusty on this. We're going to close this tab. It's the Bitcoin dominance. BTC. Finally. All right. This is the graph for Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a really great way that I've been doing with other tokens, and it's using the Fibonacci retracement. Okay, now obviously a lot of you probably have heard of the Fibonacci retracement. It's related to the Fibonacci sequence, the natural sequence of numbers. But guys, at the end of the day, we're humans. We're natural as well, so it only makes sense to use such tool to try predict human nature, in my opinion. And as well, looking at the whole thing where history usually rhymes. Okay, history repeats itself. So we look at the past to try to use the trend to be our friend to predict the future. But of course, do remember that it's not always going to be indicative of that. you have to use multiple factors, right? You can use the RSI, you can use, obviously looking at volume, you can use a lot of other things, but today I'm going to be using the Fibonacci retracement because I think it's a really, really useful tool. What I'm going to be doing, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'm going to be doing vertical lines in each of the past 2 bull runs. I would say this one was started, somewhere in the late 2020. Okay, I'm going to make another one. First of all, let's color this so it's not as obnoxious. White. Oh, there are 2 lines or something. Oh, there was. This one, I'm going to put a, September 2020. Sure, that's not bad. Yeah, we can put it right here. And we're going to make it dashed. Then we're going to do another one. And this one will be for the bull run before that, which is probably mid. I need to remember. Wasn't it July, basically? That's the peak, right? So I'm going to leave it at, yeah, it was July 2017, I'd say. Let's put it June. Okay, that's the start. I'm trying to get the start of that bull run. We're going to be using the Fibonacci retracement, as I said. We're going to, to use the Fibonacci retracement, you have to click on the highest point and then click on the lowest point. So I'm going to put it somewhere there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put it, somewhere here, I guess, in the actual, low, which is around, 1,000. We can be, yeah, I'd say that's kind of accurate. And you can see that in the next bull run, actual price hit around the level of the 3.168 or 3.6 level. Okay, so what are these levels? Good question. These are levels that, using the Fibonacci retracement, it tries to tell you that these are the levels where it's most likely either going to be a resistance or support line. So keep that in mind. It can be either or. Okay, and these are 2 very different things. Resistance means that it will touch this and that's it. It will get pushed back. So sometimes you need to think about it. So for example, here in this case, in the last bull run, ladies and gentlemen, November 1st, it touched that 67 or it touched that 70K and it never touched it again and it fell down. Okay, so it's very hard to time the peak of a bull run. Okay, everyone's going to feel like, oh my God, we're going up for forever. No, you need to be ready to, you take your profits along the way up and take your profits along the way down, because guys, bull runs never last forever. So keep that in mind. At the end of the day, when we have things like ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs, we're going to get those institutional investors, guys. They're not coming in here and be like, oh yeah, we love crypto, we're going to, start screw fiat. No, guys, they're coming in to make money and leave. All right. So you need to think about that. At the end of the day, crypto is a solo sport. At the end of the day as well, you want to make money so you can, I don't know, get into real estate. That's the true passive income, right? The housing market or the renting market, even more. That's for another video. But keep that in mind. Okay, it's very hard to kind of call the top on a bull run other than Richard Hart. Richard Hart actually called the top on Bitcoin, which is actually kind of crazy. But what we're going to be doing now, we realize that it's on the purple line, and that's kind of the top of that bull run. We're going to be doing exactly the same thing with this bull run to kind of predict where we can expect Bitcoin to be this, or next year, because I truly think the peak of the bull run will be 2025, sometime 2025, in the middle or early 2025. I don't know. Really, I don't know. That one is I'm uncertain about. So we're going to be doing the same thing, Fibonacci retracement with the previous high. We're not going to be using this high, and then we're going to be doing, at a low. I would say, yeah, I think that's not bad. Putting it at the 8,000 level, and then we can now, ladies and gentlemen, look at exactly where is that purple line, the top, right? Which is right here. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that's pretty realistic, in my opinion. 220K Bitcoin, this bull run. Well, okay, I'm not gonna say very realistic. Actually, I need to retract what I'm saying. I was gonna say possible. Okay, not financial advice. Remember, this is none of it. This is not financial advice. It's possible, but you need to understand the fact that this is the top of the bull run, ladies and gentlemen. It could touch this for 1 day, 1 hour of that 1 day in this bull run, and then bye-bye, right? We're gonna correct. Elliott wave theory. God knows how long it will take. God knows what's the frequency of bull runs is gonna be. We don't know. Okay, honestly, we don't know. But do understand this. This is why what I like to do is look at each of those levels. And if you are, for example, leveraging or holding Bitcoin, right, at the end of the day, you can park your money in here and not worry about it ever, because of course, Bitcoin is anti-inflationary, is beautiful, it's better than leaving it in your bank, etc. So for example, I would take profits, at each level, from here till 100k Bitcoin, from here till what is it? Not this one. From here till 100k Bitcoin, and then from here till 163k Bitcoin, and then of course the final one, HMN, where I don't really think it could pass it. I mean, it could obviously pass beyond it. It really depends what type of trader are you. Are you holding it either way, no matter what, etc., etc. But yeah, and of course, do remember the fact that there's the diminishing returns factor. So honestly, this number could actually be anywhere between the red level and the purple level right here, the 2.6 and the 3.6. Okay, so keep that in mind. Anywhere between that 160k to 230k ish Bitcoin, I think, is my possible range. Anything, I think below that is very realistic, in my opinion. Not financial advice. Do understand this. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not an expert in crypto trading. I'm a student of life. I learn this every single, I learn more about crypto and stuff like that. And I like to share the knowledge with you guys, get you guys up to date, because I do believe there's enough money in this world where I don't need to gatekeep that information. I don't need to make this video in a paid form. And yeah, and I believe in shared knowledge is equal to knowledge squared. So it's a win-win. I'm hungry to learn. So, and as well, I like making videos for you guys as well. I like, to have people come with me and win with me, right? So yeah, and if you, speaking of winning, by the way, you can join my Telegram, link in the description. I do urge you guys to do that, the farmers community, and follow me on my Twitter as well, ladies and gentlemen, because for example, today, and I don't do this often, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't do this often, I share sometimes some degen charts, mainly in Solana, because guys, Solana is is the moneymaker right now. Let's not lie. It's one of the highest volumes, 1.2 billion in 24-hour volume, $1.2 billion, ladies and gentlemen. That's crazy, right? And think about how many absolute X's every single day. Look at this, 5 million%, guys. That's incredible. It's actually incredible. Is that even trusted, by the way? I'm not sure. Well, I mean, maybe it is actually, now that I look at it. You want to use rugchecker.xyz. Quick. And I made a video about this, by the way, so you can you can go check that out. And I'll probably make another video on how to trade meme coins and stuff like that. But my main point is that I made a video where I made a quick post here where I said, no financial advice, daughter on Solana launched 45 minutes ago, 350k market cap. And then, down here, a few hours later, I literally was like, oh yeah, I sold. And then I made my 1.2, which includes my initial investment, and I sold 99% of it. Usually I do the 90% rule where I sell 90% and leave the 10% back just in case. But today I just didn't feel like it, because it's basically this daughter meme coin here, and it did pass all my checks. There's token distribution was good, no mint authority, renounced, LP is locked, active Twitter, active, TG, what is it called? And, banner here, so paid, and a lot, and even ads, I think, at some point, yeah. So that grabbed my attention, right? But I sold basically, ladies and gentlemen, to just realize your gains. Okay, but I was gonna say, yeah, daughter, it was based on the mother, right? It's the token launched by the celebrity, I don't know her name, Iggy something, Azalea. I don't really like to buy celebrity tokens, ladies and gentlemen, because I think there's a piece of chart somewhere in Twitter where it literally said celebrity tokens are literally 100% failure status, ladies and gentlemen. You can argue every single meme coin is a failure, will fail at some point, right? That is true. But do keep this in mind, like, you never know how much they're getting airdropped, you never know the token allocations, etc. Just don't buy celebrity tokens, ladies and gentlemen. Most of the time, by the time it, if they do like a pre-sale or anything, they already have a huge bag of it. They'll just sell in your face. Those celebrities will literally just shill their token on Instagram or whatever for a few weeks, and then after that they're dipping, ladies and gentlemen. So keep this in mind. Wake up, go buy the community takeover tokens instead, in my opinion. You know what I mean? This is why I love Pulsechain, guys. The community there is what gives it the value that I really see it today. and I think it will definitely pay off. It's my best bet this alt season is literally Pulsechain, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Just after I give you guys my Ethereum price predictions, I use the same, method that I did with the retracement, and you can see with the first bull run here, we can see that it also reached the purple level, the retracement 3.6, and that was Ethereum's top, which was 4.9k Ethereum. We can do the same thing again. So right now at the purple level, which again, this is the top, right? Again, it could touch it for one day. That's it. You'll never see it again. So really don't count on, oh, I'm going to hold it till the purple level. No. Take your way on the way up. Okay? Cover yourself. Be a disciplined trader. Have your rules. Write them down. Write them down on notes. Okay? If you don't think you can stick by them because your emotions will be like, oh my God, no, I think it will go even higher and higher. Make a bot, which I'm planning to do, by the way, is making a bot, like a trading bot that does it, arbitrage bot maybe as well. I was thinking about MEV bots, like a sandwich attack bot, but there's honestly ethical questions raised there, so maybe I don't need to look into that. Maybe like a sniper bot instead. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing that because I do software engineering in my day-to-day kind of 9-to-5 job. So it only makes sense for me to program as well in the crypto, especially that is literally one of my passionate things to do. It is, I spend equal amount of hours in my 9-to-5, which is like 40 hours a week. I spend 40 hours a week as well on top of that in crypto, but it doesn't feel like work because I enjoy it, guys. You know what I mean? I really enjoy this. So but yeah, look at this. You can see the level, the purple level is 15,000, which honestly aligns with a lot of other experts' opinions on Ethereum's, like where it could reach this bull run. 15,000. I mean, I've heard people talk about 20,000. Come on. Let's relax now. 15,000, I think, yeah, that's, aspirational. 10,000 plus, in my opinion, guys, I think that's realistic, doable, achievable. No financial advice, please do remember that. So yeah, this is Ethereum. You can take screenshots, you can keep this in mind, up to you. But going to it, ladies and gentlemen, my main kind of pitch here. What is Pulsechain? What I've been talking about? Okay, you guys I've already hinted, talked about Richard Hart, the person who literally called the top on Bitcoin when it literally like touched 69k or something like that. In the last bull run, Richard Hart, the guy who launched Hex, by the way, if you didn't know, did like a 10,000x, made tons of people millionaires, guys. Millionaires, changed their lives for the better. This is the guy who wants to make even more millionaires, right? He's already a billionaire, guys. He is already a billionaire, so of course money is not really a factor for him. It's more about, hey, I'm a person who made I'm a person who made, obviously it's an ego thing, by the way, but I'm a person who made more millionaires, right? So he launched his own network called Pulsechain. It's a layer 1 fork of Ethereum, but there's a difference than any of the other forks that you know of. This is where the biggest airdrop in history, okay? This is where he took a snapshot of Ethereum, right? Pulsechain launched on May 13th of last year, 2023. He took a snapshot of Ethereum and everyone's holdings of those tokens, right? It's around 15,000 or 10,000 tokens. And then he airdropped people exactly the same amount of tokens and forked those, recloned those tokens on Pulsechain as well. So a lot of those tokens include, ladies and gentlemen, and this is why this website is super amazing, ERC-VS PRC20. This is kind of a new category, new type of gold mine of crypto that's only possible in Pulsechain. I'm going to make it simple, okay? Things like, for example, the fact that and this is why Richard Hart is one of his favorite stablecoins is DAI. He likes the way DAI is, okay? And the stablecoin. So, of course, he wanted to make his own blockchain, of course, Ethereum, right? It's the younger brother of Ethereum. Pulsechain is actually 17% quicker than Ethereum, and as well, it's probably thousands of times cheaper, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about less than a cent for transactions. So Pulsechain is perfect for people who are beginners, people who don't have that much cash flow coming into Pulsechain. They want to, do liquidity supplying and stuff like that. it costs you virtually nothing to start a position in LP or to end a position in LP. And we have a version 3 liquidity. We got other decentralized exchanges like 9mm called, where you can do version 3 liquidity providing. You can make good amount of money, APRs from that. But this is my main, for example, PRC20 narrative, where people, guys, are anticipating this is the real price of it, right? 0.0043. People are holding this because they know one day it will reach $1, because this is Richard Hart's plan. There was a sacrifice period that people have entered before this network launched. And what Richard Hart did with that is the sacrifice funds, and there's sacrifice wallets. You can do your own research. It's all on the blockchain. And there's people who documented this. He is literally longing Ethereum. He's using Ethereum as a leverage. This is why I say Pulsechain is a leverage of Ethereum, right? You can make way more money, guys, when you go to the altcoins. Okay, yes, it comes with the equal amount of risks, but hey, this is what it takes to be to become a millionaire. If you want to, not financial advice, keep that in mind. Okay, so of course it really depends on you want to diversify. You want to have your safe bets, and you want to have your risky bets and the middle bets, etc., etc. But that's Richard Hart's plan. He loves DAI. He wants to make his own DAI, which is, by the way, it's the exact same code, but it's just that this one has 0 admin keys. And what he's doing is now he has a literal total holding of 170,000 Ethereum on Ethereum, waiting probably till Ethereum appreciates, and then he will rotate it back into Pulsechain and collateralize this DAI stablecoin, so it actually acts like a pegged $1 using MakerDAO vaults. What a concept, what a narrative. We have this is not the only P stable, right? P stable is the word that we use. P as in the suffix, the prefix of Pulsechain stable. We have other stables like USDC, where it's, look at this, 0.002. We have wrapped BTC, this is, or as it's called, PWBTC, right? P as in Pulsechain, WBTC, wrapped BTC. I made a whole video, guys. It's at $188. Imagine holding this till it reaches 67,000. Imagine, it's as if like you're turning back time. It's actually amazing. This is why I love Pulsechain and the opportunities that I have. There's other things like LUSD. It has tons of zeros away. Imagine holding this till maybe one day it reaches 1 cent. That's still so many amounts of X's. That's over 1,000x. Of course, do keep that in mind. It might sound too good to be true. Hey, I want to be on the ride. Even if I have a small bag, I want to find out. Even if we rent halfway through the pegging, that's still a good amount of X's. It's crazy. It's a community effort. I love the community in Pulsechain, honestly. I've been making videos on them. You can check out my videos. You can join my Telegram. You can ask me questions. I always take time out of my day to get back to people. I have an email as well that you can reach out to me. But a quick as well shill here, I guess. The best meme coin, in my opinion, is called Teddy Bear. Now this one was launched by an ATROPA, a developer who was initially benevolent. He was anonymous until he doxed himself. He put out an interview, and guys, this person that we're talking about, his name is James Elias Osborne. He's actually a rocket scientist, ladies and gentlemen. 25-year scene veteran with ties to art, lit, wires. OSS, has worked for TerraPower, Microsoft, Intel, HP, and NASA, ladies and gentlemen. So you want to ask yourself, a person like this, super smart person, developer, I've literally given lectures in universities as well, rocket scientist, worked with Microsoft, is a veteran, is choosing to spend hours building on Pulsechain, not anywhere else in crypto, but in Pulsechain. Now, he did answer that question in one of his interviews. You guys can find that on YouTube. But of course, because he said he likes Pulsechain and the fact that Richard Hart, he's a person that does not sell on anyone. Guys, you can look up Ethereum Foundation, the original developers. Yeah, there's been records of them selling at the all-time highs on people's heads, ladies and gentlemen. But with Richard Hart, none of that. None of that. You will never expect a single sell. Matter of fact, there's been buybacks, guys. It's literally been buybacks from Richard Hart, which is actually amazing. Of course, with the sacrifice fund, as you guys told you, the whole plan is to long Ethereum. Is beautiful. Being here is beautiful. Feels great. We have super smart people, developers, communities, influencers who are onboarding other people. I'm just doing my part of the community by just making videos like this. I'm learning so I can help onboard other people. So if you need help with onboarding, send me an email or text me on my Telegram at @coolnight. I'll never DM you first. Always double check the username is there. If there's no username, that is not the real me. So yeah, you'll have my exact username down below. So that's basically, ladies and gentlemen, Pulsechain. I mean, the reason why I love teddy bear is because of the name of it, right? It's not a dog, it's not a cat. Think about how many iterations of dog meme coins are there. It's kind of, you know, it's too saturated. But teddy bear, guys, it's not a dog or it's not a cat. Teddy bear, everyone loves a teddy bear. Everyone had a teddy bear when they were young. This is why I think teddy bear is the perfect name. And I think this one is going to be, it is the number one. It's at 21 million market cap, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, when we go to, you know, the things I talked about, you know, DAI, and you have the PWBTC. Look at this, $189, ladies and gentlemen. Think about how many X's we are till that 67K. Here it's 360X away. With PDAI, from here till $1, ladies and gentlemen, it's at 220X away to $1. It's absolutely amazing. It feels great to be in Pulsechain. This is my main bet. My main part of the portfolio is in this one. So yeah, and as well, you know, a beautiful thing that happened today, actually, we've been listed in our first centralized exchange. Yeah, Pulsechain is now listed on Maxi. It's not a future yet, no futures available, which I'm looking forward to that maybe in the future, but it's really good. This is what exposure we need. This is when is the time where front row seats are being taken away, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, we're going to start getting that mainstream exposure, and it's going to be too late. We're going to see these numbers where it's technically, these are lows right now. Guys, we are at all-time lows in Pulsechain. You might never see them again. Okay, so I'm not doing financial advice. Keep that in mind, right? Do your own research. I'm just spotlighting this because honestly, I do want people to win with me. Now, I'm going to end this video, guys, with first of all, if you do need a bridge, if you want to go from BSC to Pulsechain or from Ethereum to Pulsechain or vice versa, Change Now is a really good one that I've used. Link in the description. You can also sell your, you know, tokens to fiat straight away to your bank account if you need to. So I've used this as well. But I'm going to end this video, ladies and gentlemen, with my answer here, where someone asked from one of my viewers, being respectful, if you're new retail, how do you choose when there's thousands being offered, all vying for your attention? And now he's talking about, you know, the other cryptos. And I want to let you guys know, that's a very good question to ask, because if you really think about it, ladies and gentlemen, 99% of crypto is literally useless. Okay? Other than things like Bitcoin and Ethereum, you know, and some other gas fee tokens, stable coins, everything else is useless, right? Meme coins, useless. But why do people buy them? Why did it still make people millionaires? It's just how we are psychologically, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, meme coins are like cultures. People want to be part of them. People want to relate to them. It feels good to be, you know, part of a community, etc., etc. Same thing with Pulsechain, you know, the fact that we have the PRC20 narrative, the thing that I told you guys, where the snapshot, you know, gave a chance where we can now go back in time. There's a Shiba Inu in Pulsechain that is trying to peg and go past the real Shiba Inu price. There's a PWBTC where now I'm able to be as if in Bitcoin back in 2014, where it was under $200, for example, and now I'm able to buy Bitcoin, and then by the time it goes up, you know, using a thing called Richard Hart's law, which this one, Hart's law, is basically where it says all cryptocurrencies will rise and fall alongside one another as a result of their liquidity pairing. So again, it's, you know, how if you pair something with another token, for example, if you pair token A with token B, token A goes up by a 10x. Token B, because it's half of its liquidity is, you know, paired with token A, and the other half with a stable coin, because it has 50% of its liquidity is in token A, it gets the exposure and it gets pulled up with it in tandem, and it gets, you know, it rises up with it. Now it'll be kind of like a, you know, if token A does a 10x, token B will do like a 5x because of the liquidity ratio that's happening, liquidity bonding. It's a very interesting law. And again, Richard Hart is the person who, you know, kind of discovered it. So, you know, we got amazing people, guys, in our network, honestly. But I'm going to end it with my answer to this question. Okay. And I said, if you really think about it, 99% of crypto is not needed, but people love to speculate, such as P-stables on Pulsechain, participate and be part of communities, cultures. And I said, I mainly trade on Pulsechain, but I have bags on Ethereum, Solana, BSC, and Base. Pulsechain is the most attractive to me due to the story behind it, the world's largest airdrop in history, the stable coin narrative that has never been done before, building building a stablecoin that is truly decentralized with no admin keys. PDAI, the SEC fight with Richard Hart. Now, again, I didn't really mention this, but there's a whole lawsuit with the SEC with Richard Hart. And guys, if you really think about it, that only increases my conviction for Pulsechain, because Richard Hart is fighting the fight for our freedom to communicate using blockchain, in my opinion. And honestly, I think the fact that Ethereum is now, ETF approved, I think is going to build a better case for Pulsechain, because Pulsechain is a literal fork of Ethereum. If now Ethereum is labeled as a non-security, it's a commodity, surely Pulsechain, because it's a literal direct fork, it inherits that attribute. Therefore, the SEC case might be dismissed with no jeopardy. You know what I mean? So this is quite bullish, actually. And I basically said he's really fighting for our freedom to communicate on blockchain. My conviction only grows the more I look deeper into Pulsechain. Pulsechain is the people's solution. It solves for BTC's slow transactions, low scalability. It solves for Ethereum's high gas fees. It solves for Solana's buggy network. On top of that, we can do everything Ethereum can. We effectively inherit all its features. I obviously not saying that Pulse will overtake Ethereum. Ethereum will always be top 2 and Bitcoin as always number 1. To make the best of a crypto bull run, you'd want to be in the new narratives, the cycle ones, or the first cycles. Pulsechain has all those boxes ticked for them. Not financial advice. I can't mention enough the fact that it's mainly what the people build on top of a network that makes it valuable and attractable. We have people like Sunny, ATROPA dev, the person who I mentioned, who is a veteran, James, right? He goes by ATROPA because ATROPA is a whole ecosystem in Pulsechain. Again, you have to go check it out. Do your homework. I made videos on that. Richard Hart himself, communities that do a great job onboarding people like Tangang, B-Roots, etc. But yeah, the above are the reasons why I'm attracted to Pulsechain. I literally was off crypto for 1.5 years, this bear market, and Pulsechain was the reason that I got back into crypto again. So that's the answer. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's 1 a.m. Here in the UK. I'm going to wake up tomorrow to a nice Sunday. I really hope you guys enjoyed something. Let me know about my, price predictions for Ethereum and Bitcoin. I do see 200k maybe tops, and 15k tops for Ethereum. So obviously, if you are going to be leveraging or holding, have your exit strategies along the way there or just under that to be safe. But aside from that, guys, I really want to hear your feedback. What do you think? Are you new to Pulsechain? Are you new to my channel? How did you find me? What do you think of this video? Was it informative? Aside from that, I'll catch you guys later, and I'm gonna go catch some sleep. So yeah, bye bye.